Good morning, everyone. It's week 2 and it's time for us to start our grammar lessons for the week. This week we're learning about onomatopoeia. On this video it has today's lesson on Wednesday and it also has Thursday lessons as well. Our learning intention, we are learning to identify and use onomatopoeia in sentences. Our success criteria, I can identify onomatopoeia in sentences, use onomatopoeia in sentences. Before we start, boys and girls, for this lesson you're going to need a pencil, a copy of the worksheets or a piece of paper to record your answers on, because as we go through the video we're going to complete the worksheets together. It's a noisy day at the Zoom science lab. Slurp, pop, bang, zap. We're testing out our onomatopoeia machine. Sound in, word out. And the word is woof. The word is zap. The word is bubble. Onomatopoeia, if you haven't guessed by now, is a sound word. Onomatopoeia is a word that imitates the sound of an object or an action it refers to. What sound does a bee make? Buzz. What sound does a lion make? Roar. What sound does a cat make? Meow. Meow. What sound does a clock make? Tick-tock. Onomatopoeia can be one word or more than one word that imitates a specific sound. Vroom, ding-dong, oink. Writers use onomatopoeia to tap into our sense of hearing. Onomatopoeia helps us imagine sounds when we read. So where do we find onomatopoeia? Onomatopoeia is used a lot in poetry, particularly in nursery rhymes, like twinkle, twinkle, little star, baa, baa, black sheep, ding, dong, bell, pop goes the weasel. We often find onomatopoeia in stories. For example, here's the story of the Little Red Hen. The Little Red Hen asked her friends, "Who will help me plant the seed?" "Woof, woof, woof. Not I," barked the lazy dog. "Not I," purred the sleepy cat. "Quack, quack, 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 quack. Not I," quacked the noisy yellow duck. Onomatopoeia is often used in comics and cartoons. Have you seen the Batman cartoons? They use onomatopoeia all the time. Onomatopoeia is often used in advertising. Think of rice bubbles. We're told that they make a snap, crackle and pop sound. The Cancer Council told us to slip, slop and slap as we put on our hat, our shirt and our sun cream. The Roads and Traffic Authorities told us to click, clack, front and back, to remind us to fasten our seatbelts. So how do we identify onomatopoeia or sound words in sentences? An onomatopoeia or sound word will always sound like the actual sound. Look at all these words. Some of these words are onomatopoeia words, but some aren't. As I read them, think about, is it really describing the sound that it would make? Walk. No, that's not. Slam. Yes. See. No. Giggle. Yes. Ring. That's onomatopoeia. Smash. Tweet. Read. That's not. Fizz. Loud. No. Drip. And zap, that is. We can match sounds to various nouns. Now here I think water I'm going to match it to splash. Bird, I'm going to match it to tweet. Wind, well, the wind is going to go whoosh. The dog is going to growl. The door is going to bang. And the car is going to go vroom. All right, boys and girls, it's time for us to work together. Remember at the beginning of the lesson, I said you needed a copy of the worksheets or a piece of paper and a pencil. The first activity, for the next few slides, I'm going to show you a sentence. You have to find the onomatopoeia word in each sentence. And I'm going to give you a choice of 3 words. One will be A, B, or C. If you're working on the worksheet, look for the sentence and you're just going to circle whether it's the A word or B word or C. If you're working on a piece of paper, you're just going to write number 1 and put the letter next to it. All right, so let's get started. She popped the balloon with a pin. Is the onomatopoeia word balloon, A, B, pin, or C, popped? Did you get popped? We heard a loud crash outside the laboratory. Is it A, crashed, B, heard, or C, loud? Did you get A, crushed? The book hit the floor with a thud. Which is the onomatopoeia word, the sound word? Is it A, floor, B, book, or C, thud? Did you get C, thud? Jack jumped into a pool and made a big splash. Is it A, puddle, B, splash, or C, jumped? Did you get B, splashed? Quack went the little duck. What's the onomatopoeia word? Is it quack, duck, or little? Did you get quack? The bacon sizzled in the pan. Is it A, sizzled, B, pan, or C, bacon? Did you get sizzled? The snow melted and icy drops of water dripped from the trees. Is it A, trees, B, water, or C, dripped? Did you get C, dripped? The fierce lion roared loudly. Is it A, fierce, B, roared, or C, loudly? Did you get B, roared? The leaves on the ground rustled in the cold wind. Is it A, cold, B, wind, or C, rustled? Which one is the sound word, the onomatopoeia? Did you get C, rustled? I heard a knock at the door. Is the onomatopoeia at, knock, or door? Did you get B, knock? An alien zapped another alien with his ray gun. Is it A, alien, B, ray gun, or C, zapped? Did you get C, zapped? All right, now we're going to complete the last part on your first page. You'll notice there's a picture. I want you to look at the picture and think about what sound does the thing in the picture make. And then you're going to circle the onomatopoeia word to match the picture. So we've got a picture of a frog. What sound is the frog going to make? Is it A, frog, B, croak, or C, friendly? Did you get croak? Here we have a cow. Well, that's easy. What sound does a cow make? A, farm, B, walk, or C, moo? That was easy. C, moo. Ding the bell. What's it going to go? Is it going to go ding dong, school, or loud? Did you get ding dong? And a hammer. What sound is it going to make? Is it going to make heavy, fixed, or tap? Did you get the word tap? Oh, look, that car's had an accident. What sound did it make when it hit that brick wall? Did it go crash, car, or red? Which one was the onomatopoeia word? Did you get crash? All right, so now we're going to turn to our second worksheet. Up the top, you can see I've got some words. You've got to decide whether these words are onomatopoeia or not. If you think they are, you're going to circle Y for yes. If you think they're no, you're going to circle the N for no. If you're working on a piece of paper, you can just write down the onomatopoeia words that you think. All right, shall we play the game? Click. Is that an onomatopoeia word or not? Yes or no? Did you get? Yes. The word sniff. Is that a sound word, an onomatopoeia word? Yes, it is. The word look. Now, is that a sound word? No. Yikes! Is that an onomatopoeia word? Yes. Read. Now, is that an onomatopoeia word? Can we hear someone reading? No. All right, now we're going to do this last part of that worksheet. You can see down the bottom, I've got a list of sentences. In each sentence, I want you to underline the onomatopoeia word. Now, you don't have to use a green pencil. You can use a coloured pencil or you can use a lead pencil. That's fine. I'll read each sentence slowly and you can find the sound word in each one. So let's start. Number 1. The old train rattled along the train tracks. Which one of those words, what sound is the old train making? Number 2. The fast car screeched around the corner. What's the onomatopoeia word? What sound did the car make? Number 3. My baby brother gurgles sweetly. What's the onomatopoeia word? What sound did the baby make? Oh, and this one. The little dog growled and barked at the mailman. I actually think there's 2 onomatopoeia words in that. What sounds did the dog make? Jim stayed at home because he was sniffing and coughing. So what are the onomatopoeia words in that sentence? What sounds was Jim making? The glass cracked and the water splashed all over the floor. What did the grass do and what did the water do? And our last sentence. A chirping bird fluttered from branch to branch. What sounds did that bird make? All right, if you haven't caught up yet, you can pause the video until you have or stop it. So let's have a look and see how you went. Now, on your sheet, give it a tick if you got it right, but if you got it wrong, that's okay. Circle the correct words in the sentence as we go. All right, the first one. The old train, it rattled. Have you ever heard that train rattling along the train tracks? The fast car screeched. Can you hear the wheels screeching as it goes around the corner? My baby brother gurgled. The dog, well, he growled and he barked. Jim, he was so sick, he was sniffling and coughing. The glass cracked and the water splashed. The bird was chirping and fluttering. You can almost hear the bird's wings fluttering. All right, boys and girls, well, that's our lesson for today. So you can turn the video off now and you can turn it on tomorrow on Thursday for tomorrow's lesson. Good morning, everyone. It's Thursday and it's time for our second lesson on onomatopoeia. Today we're going to use those words and we're going to use them in sentence. So our lesson is going to be a sentence of the day lesson. For today's lesson, boys and girls, you're going to need a coloured pencil and a lead pencil, a copy of the worksheets or a piece of paper to record your work on. So let's quickly review what we learnt yesterday. Onomatopoeia. Onomatopoeia is a sound word. Onomatopoeia is a word that imitates the sound of the object or the action it refers to. So here's our first worksheet. Can you see on this page I've got lots of words in glass bottles. Now some of them are onomatopoeia words and some of them are not. As I read them, if you think it's an onomatopoeia word, you can either circle the word or you can just lightly colour in the liquid. Make it light so we can still see the word. Once again, if I'm going too fast, you can just pause the video and slow it down to catch up. All right, are you ready to go? First word. Achoo. Knock. Growl. Red. Roar. Table. Slam. Bear. Hop. Home. Yes. Tweet. Crack. Rattle. Splash. Fizz. Book. Vroom. Hippo. Zoom. Pencil. Look. Woof. Flutter. Stand. Yell. Sun. Ship. Ding. Yawn. How did you go? If you need some more time, just pause the video until you're ready to catch up. Our last activity today is we're going to take those onomatopoeia words and we're going to put them into sentences. So choose 4 words that you really like the sound of. You might choose some from the previous activity, or maybe there's some words that we've used in yesterday's lesson. Once you've chosen your 4 words, I'd like you to put each word into a sentence. Now, when you're writing a sentence, think about what object is going to make that onomatopoeia, that sound word. For example, if I was going to use the word splash, my sentence could be, the water went splash onto the floor as I got into my bath. All right, once you've finished your sentences, then I want you to edit them. Make sure, did you start all your sentences with capital letters? Did you leave spaces between your words and write neatly on the lines? Did you finish your sentence with a full stop? Do your sentences make sense? And lastly, are there any words you're not sure of? If there are, circle them and maybe ask someone at home if they can help you with them. So once you finish with your work, can you get someone to take a photo of all your grammar worksheets that you've been working on this week and upload them into this week 2's completed work document? Well, that's our grammar lessons for the week, boys and girls. I hope you've enjoyed learning about onomatopoeia.